Hey friends, today I want us to really dissect the Airbnb model of real estate investment. Let's look at it critically to find out if this model is truly profitable or it is all hype. I'm Andrew Onoja. I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I sell and develop properties. My goal is to help you secure your financial future through strategic real estate investment, and this way you are guaranteed a blissful retirement life. Before we proceed further, I want you to know that this video is not based on hearsay or just mere calculation. We currently manage 3 Airbnb properties, 2 in Abuja and 1 in Lagos. For this video, we shall be using this prototype up here as a case study. It's actually a 4-bedroom terrace duplex with an attached BQ. It is located right here at Karsana, Gwarimpa Extension. As a matter of fact, this particular property is located at Ideal Gardens Estate. It is just 2 minutes away to the Gwarimpa Kubwa Expressway from the Federal Housing Bridge, and it's just about 5 minutes to Gwarimpa Estate. And of course, it is within the Renewed Hope project, if you know the Tinubu's initiative of affordable housing. This is the location where this particular property is. As a matter of fact, the current infrastructure that the government is working on is passing through the front of this particular estate, and that is the major reason why I want to use this particular property as a case study. If you're going into Airbnb business, it is either you own a property already or you lease a property for a long time. Now, in this case, let's assume that you want to own a property or you already own this particular property in question. Now, to own this kind of property within this neighborhood currently would cost you between 160 million to 180 million outrightly, right? But we are currently offering the same property on off-plan basis, and we are giving it to you at 123 million naira on off-plan, and we're going to be delivering it at semi-finished so that you would have the opportunity to initiate your own designs and beautification in terms of the finishing. Now, after securing this property, you need to really beautify it, because after people consider security and accessibility, the next thing they look out for in an Airbnb is the aesthetic. So you want to intentionally beautify, your Airbnb apartment. Let's assume that you want to modify this particular prototype, which is already a 5-bedroom duplex altogether with 2 living rooms, right? Let's then assume that you want to convert these rooms to 5 studio rooms, studio apartments, and then you make the living room downstairs the general reception area where tenants can receive guests, or you can just make it a general lounge for anybody to just come and play games or whatever they want to do within the reception area. With all of this modification, let's assume that you're spending up to 40 to 50 million naira to finish the apartment up, furnish it, equip it, beautify it, designs, artworks, refrigerators, microwaves, good furnitures, all of those beds, and those nice aesthetics. Let's assume that 40 million to 50 million naira would finish all of them from the semi-finished level that we are going to be handing it over to you at. Now, when you add up 50 million naira plus 123 million naira, it will give you about 173 million naira altogether. Remember, with this amount, you've already set up 5 units of studio apartment Airbnb, right? Now, here is where the maths begin. Considering the significance of this location, how strategically positioned it is, considering also the government activities, infrastructural activities, easy accessibility to town, to the airport, to the railway station, to Gwarimpa, Life Camp, and all of those areas, this location in the next 12 months should command at least 70,000 naira per night on a studio apartment here in Karsana, this particular location at the Ideal Gardens Estate. Let's be conservative. Let's use 50,000 naira per day for our calculation. We have 30 days in a month, but let's say we have occupancy rate of 15 days out of 30 days, because the truth is the fact that the Airbnb business is actually seasonal. Sometimes you may have bookings or occupancy rate as high as 25 days out of 30 days. Sometimes you might have as low as 10 days out of 30 days, right? It's actually seasonal. Now that Valentine is just around the corner, I can tell you from experience that people have started booking way ahead of time. It happens during the festive season, the festive period as well, and also whenever there is a serious event in the city or in town or in that particular neighborhood, people tend to want to book around that environment. So for this case, let's just say we have 15 days occupancy rate out of 30 days in a month. 50,000 naira times 15 days, that would give you about 750,000 naira on one studio apartment. And remember, you have up to 5 units in that block. So let's do 750,000 naira times 5 units. That would give you about 3.750 million every single month. Now, don't salivate yet, because all those monies are not for you, right? You're going to remove some necessary expenditures you cover includes operational cost, replacement of some of these materials that they use in the apartment, soap, wash, all of these little materials they use. You're also going to pay staff salary, because you should have minimum of 2 workers, 2 people working for you, cleaning the apartment, housekeepers, and maybe the housekeepers can also shuffle as security to checkmate 1 or 2 things within the apartment and all. So you make arrangement for that. So every month you remove their salaries and other operational costs out of this 3.750 million. In this case, let's remove 30% for all of this restocking and operational cost I just talked about, right? And then a huge amount of that 30% goes into marketing. You see, from experience, I've come to realize that most Airbnb die on time because they don't really invest in marketing and publicity. No matter how beautiful or strategically located your Airbnb apartment is, if you don't publicize it for people to know that you exist, you are not giving them the opportunity to patronize you, right? So you want to ensure that you keep or you reserve huge amount of money for marketing, for publicity, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads. In fact, if it is possible, do billboards. Let people know that you have an Airbnb apartment in that location. After removing 30% for the operational cost and the expenditures we just highlighted, you would be left with 2.265 million every single month. You can have that one as your take home for every month, right? But I still advise that you still, out of that your take home, still keep some money, because anything might happen, like electrical issues and all of those things that you need to attend to. You want to revamp your space to make it more lively, more welcoming. You can easily remove that. But if you're not planning for all of those things, then 2.265 million is your monthly take home. Now, if you multiply that by 12 months in a year, you're walking away with 31.5 million naira every single year. And remember, this is a conservative calculation. This is more like an average cost, right? You can narrow down this calculation by doing 10 days occupancy rate in a month. You can further narrow it down to, let's say, worst case scenario, 10 days or 7 days or 8 days occupancy rate, and then do the math yourself. All right, but one thing is for sure, that as this location continues to grow, continues to experience further infrastructural development, and people begin to come towards this axis, it continues to draw attention. People who cannot afford Use2, who cannot afford Gwarimpa, I mean, this is Gwarimpa, this is Karsana, they can easily afford 50,000 naira a night in Karsana. So this is more like the least amount you should be expecting when you own this unit of apartment at the Ideal Gardens Estates, Karsana. This is a quick breakdown of the summary of the Airbnb model, of real estate investment. I want you to tell me what you think. What are your thoughts concerning Airbnb model of real estate investment. Do you manage one? Do you know somebody who currently owns an Airbnb business? What are the challenges? Just note down below in the comment section. Let people really understand the advantages and the disadvantages of Airbnb apartment business in Nigeria or in Abuja. Again, just to let you know that even if you don't want to buy this particular property on an off-plan basis, you have the opportunity to own the land and then build it gradually yourself. So this estate is fast developing, is fast growing. As of today, we have over 30 DPCs, 30 excavations, and some buildings are already at lintel level, going up all the way to the first decking, to the roofing stage. Before you know, the entire estate will be fully occupied. This is the next big location as far as Abuja is concerned. I don't want you to miss out on this. We shall be reviewing the price upwards any moment from now, but currently I'm giving you this offer to come join us on this project. It is called the Ideal Gardens Estate, again located at Karsana Gwarimpa extension, just about 1 minute drive from the Kubwa Expressway. Right, it's in a livable, buildable environment. Existing estates are already there, like Aso Garden Estate, Army Estate, a whole lot of estates along that axis. You can easily access Life Camp, you can access Gwarimpa, you can access the international airport. What the government is doing right on this axis is really mind-blowing. It's an FCDA property, C of O for that matter, so you have almost nothing to worry about. It has a building plan approval, and of course you can see from what is going on site. You don't need anybody to tell you too much before you know that it has been approved by the government. So if you know any friend, anybody, your relative who wants to go into the Airbnb space, this is an opportunity to begin. Or if you just want to own a house of your own, a family house, or you want to go for rental, annual rental income, this is also a very good option for you, because at the time you finish building this house, annual rental of this particular 4-bedroom terrace duplex with a BQ in this estate should be going for between 6 million naira to 9 million naira annually. So this is what it is. My name is Andrew Onoja once again. So whatever you want to do within this axis, just let me know and I'll be glad to put you through on them. Don't forget, it is fast selling already, and I want you to be part of us. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.